Step into a world of wonder at magical little minds. Get ready for fantastic stories that will transport you to extraordinary places. Remember to spread the magic by liking this video and subscribing to our channel.
Pig the Pug by Blabey. Pig was a pug, and I'm sorry to say, he was greedy and selfish in most every way. He lived in a house with a wiener dog, Trevor. But when was he nice to him? I'll tell you, never. You've got some great toys there, poor Trevor would say. But Pig would just grumble, "They're mine, go away." But it might be more fun, Trevor said to Pig, if we both played together. Well, Pig flipped his wig. "No, they're mine. Didn't you hear? Only mine. You keep your paws off them. They are mine, mine, mine. I know what your game is. You want me to share. But I'll never do that. I won't, and I swear." And with that, he proceeded to gather his stuff and make a big pow with a huff and a puff. And once he had gathered them up in a pile, he howled from the top with a satisfying smile. "There!" shouted Pig. "Now you won't get my loot. It's mine, 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 mine. So why don't you scoot?" But just at that moment, poor Trevor did see the pile was wobbling. Oh dear me. "Watch out up there!" good Trevor did cry. But the shame of it was, well, pugs cannot fly. These days it's different, I'm happy to say. It's so very different in most every way. Yes, Pig shares his toys now, and Trevor's his friend, and they both play together, while Pig's on the mend. Pig the Winner by Blabey. Pig was a pug, and I'm sorry to say, if he didn't come first, it would ruin his day. Yes, Pig was a winner, he just had to win, and nothing would stop him. Oh, where to begin? Believe it or not, he was quite hard to beat, and the reason was simple. Yes, Pig was a cheat. But if he did lose, he'd throw a pink fit. He'd scream and he'd cry, and he just wouldn't quit. He'd sob and he'd sulk with a quivering chin, till you gave up and said to him, "Okay, you win." But as soon as you said it, he'd clap and he'd stamp, and he'd rub it in loudly that he was the champ. Trevor would say to him, "Let's just have fun." But Pig would reply, "It ain't fun till I've won." So one night at supper, Pig shouted with glee, "Who can eat faster? I bet that it's me." Trevor said shyly, "I don't want to race." But Pig had yelled, "Go!" and was stuffing his face. He wolfed down his food, he gobbled his kibble. His face was awash with biscuits and dribble. He chomped up 3 sausages, all of them whoppers. Then he munched through his doggy treats, gnashing his choppers. He swallowed it all in a minute or less, but something went wrong. Do you know? Can you guess? Because he was busy stuffing his hole, Pig didn't notice he swallowed his bowl. Lucky for Pig, Trevor knew what to do. He squeezed out the bowl before Pig could turn blue. But Pig didn't thank him, he just said, "I win!" Then the bowl bounced right back and knocked Pig in the bin. These days it's different, I'm happy to say. Pig's not the winner each time that they play. He plays to have fun, and his tantrums have ceased. Yes, Trevor can win now. Well, sometimes at least. Pig the Monster by Blabey. Pig was a pug, and I'm sorry to say, on Halloween night, he'd get carried away. Hungrily drooling, he'd lurch through the streets, a monstrous rampage for treats, 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 treats. "Treats!" he would bellow. "It's Frankenstein's pup." He'd grab a whole basket and scoop it all up. "Treats!" he would drool. A zombified bumpkin. Take one handful, please think of others. Everyone deserved treats. And if you resisted, he'd upturn your pumpkin. Yes, if you were stingy, well, Pig would be miffed. And then he'd be vengeful, and vengeance was swift. He'd egg your front door, an egg-hurling dragon, then set about fixing your little red wagon. If Pig felt shortchanged and his hopes had been dented, it filled him with feelings that had to be vented. Terrible tricks would be briskly invented. Shenanigans like this could not be prevented. He ruined the evenings of those he tormented. The scale of his payback was unprecedented. He got satisfaction, he never relented. "Your treats will be mine," he cried, howlily demented. Wild in his triumph, the mummy, unhinged, he laid out his plunder and frantically binged. Tearing through candy, a glutinous globin, he just didn't think about what he was gobbling. "Dogs can't eat chocolate," cried someone quite clever. "Dogs choke on chocolate. He's no fool, that Trevor." Pig spluttered foully. "Oh, Wiener, don't nag." Then breathed in that chocolate and started to gag. Quick thinking Trevor, that wonderful hound, he snatched up Pig's ankles and swung him around. With a whoosh and a whirl, he windmilled that lug, a fast-spinning Dachshund, a chocolate-filled pug. And soon enough, all that sugary glop was loosened up nicely, a warm chocolate soup. "Watch out!" cried Trev, but the crowd was dumbstruck as gallons of Halloween goo came unstuck. These days it's different, I'm happy to say. Pig's Halloween harvest? A modest buffet. He respects people's homes and he shares out his booty. His generous spirit? A real thing of beauty. He really is nicer and much kinder too. An old dog learned new tricks? Well, who'd have thought? Boo! Pig the Elf by Aaron Blabey. Oh, Christmas Eve, that most merry of nights. The carols, the snowflakes, the small twinkly lights. Santa was coming. 'Twas bigger than big, but no one was feeling more festive than Pig. How he loved Christmas. He'd giggle with glee. The presents, for me, 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 me. He'd written his list, and he'd ask for a lot. But Santa takes orders, so why the heck not? The presents, he screamed out again. When will he get here? Oh, when? Tell me when. He'll come when we sleep, said his lovely friend Trevor. But Pig shouted, Sleep? I'll have none whatsoever. Sleep is for fools. Oh yes, sleep is for losers. I won't go to bed with the rest of you snoozers. I'm sitting up late. I'll be here when he comes. I declare by these stockings and gingerbread crumbs. So Trevor went dutifully off to his bed. But naughty old Pig stayed up just like he said. The waiting was endless, but Pig held his ground. Then at 3:33, well, he heard a strange sound. And guess who had made that mysterious noise? A portly old gent with a bag full of toys. He piled up some presents marked for Trevor and Pig, then he picked up his milk and he took a big swig. But then, as he turned to go back on his way, a short, cranky dog appeared, shouting, Hey! I asked for more, hollered Pig in dismay, but Santa turned round and then hurried away. Hey! Shouted Pig, sounding very unkind. Then he nipped poor old Santa's big rosy behind, up through the chimney, out to the sleigh. Pig held on tight. You're not getting away! Don't be a cheapskate. I want all my stuff. The pal that you left me is just not enough. But the sleigh took off fast. Gee, those reindeer were speedy, and away fell their guest. Yes, the elf who was greedy. But as Trevor lay dreaming of holiday cheer, a real Christmas miracle happened right here. Yes, Pig must be blessed. He survived that big drop, and he was saved by a tree with an angel on top. Pig the Taurus by Aaron Blabey. Pig was a pug, and I'm sorry to say, when he went on vacation, he'd cause great dismay. You could make careful plans to ensure happy travel, but Pig would destroy them. He'd make them unravel. With behavior so bad, it is hard to describe. He would dampen your trip, and he'd ruin the vibe. He'd break all the rules, and he'd flaunt all tradition. Causing disaster was Pig's big ambition. Even in places of wild celebration, he'd somehow create absolute devastation. And if he could shatter some ancient taboo, he wouldn't think twice that appalling Yahoo. Parties, parades, and processions got wrecked in a blizzard of chaos and foul disrespect. His insensitive antics would ruin your stay, till the locals would gather and shout, "Go away!" But that wouldn't stop him. He'd rock and he'd roll, till his roll-licking horseplay spun out of control. Unbridled and vast was his need to offend, but every wild party must come to an end. Yes, if you treat locals with little regard, they'll come back to bite you, and boy, they bite hard. These days it's different, I'm happy to say. He's learned not to ruin a whole holiday. But let us be honest, the truth I must tell. Although he might try, Pig does not travel well. Pig the Pug, love Pug. Pig loves playtime, mine, mine, mine. Mealtime, who can eat faster? Dress up, aren't I just fabulous? Sweet treats, 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 treats. Celebrations, the presents, the presents. Competitions, I win. Dancing, look at me, I'm a star. Bath time, yuck. But what does Pig love most of all? Good friends, of course.
Thank you for joining us on this magical reading journey. If you're ready to continue the fun and learn even more, visit our Etsy shop for exciting educational printables. You can count on us to make learning numbers fun and easy with our popular animal jungle-themed kids numbers flashcards. Let's keep the learning adventure going. Head over to our Etsy shop now and make learning numbers a colorful and engaging experience.